watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. This is 𝗙𝗵 TV and you are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube.
Thank you, everyone. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly invite for the ECOWAS anthem, please. Please rise for the ECOWAS anthem. Please be seated. His Excellency 𝗚𝗲𝗃𝗲, Chair of the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council, and Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers of ECOWAS Member States, members of the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council, His Excellency Dr. Omar Aliou Touré, President of the ECOWAS Commission, Her Excellency Madame 𝗪𝗪 Bidja, Vice President of the ECOWAS Commission, Excellencies, Head of ECOWAS Institutions, Honorable Commissioners of the ECOWAS Commission, His Excellency Ambassador Baba Kamara, ECOWAS Special Envoy on Terrorism, His Excellency Leonardo Santos Simao, Special Representative of United Nations Secretary General, Head of UNOWAS, represented by Mr. James Aji, Program Officer, Excellencies, Ambassadors and Representatives of ECOWAS Member States, Excellencies, Members of Diplomatic Corps, Senior Official, Director of ECOWAS Commission, Agencies and Institutions, representative of national, regional, and international media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the 56th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council at the Ministerial Level, taking place today, Wednesday, 5th of July 2026 in Freetown, Republic of Sierra Leone. This high-level meeting provides our community with an important opportunity to strengthen dialogue, consultation, and collective action in support of peace, security, and democratic stability and regional integration in West Africa. In accordance with the program on this opening ceremony, we shall proceed as follows. First, the welcome address by His Excellency Dr. Omar Aliou Touré, President of the ECOWAS Commission. And thereafter, the opening statement by His Excellency 𝗚𝗪𝗃𝗲, Chair of the Council and Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Republic of Sierra Leone. At the end of the opening ceremony, all media representatives and journalists will kindly be invited to leave the conference hall in order to allow the Council to proceed with the remaining session behind closed doors. Excellencies, Mesdames et Messieurs distingués invités, À présent, c'est pour moi un honneur de respectueusement inviter à ce pupitre son Excellence Dr 𝗂𝗏𝗓𝗓, président de la commission de la CEDEAO, pour son allocution de bienvenue. Sous vos applaudissements, s'il vous plaît.
Excellency 𝗚𝗏𝗓𝗓, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Republic of Sierra Leone and Chair of the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council at the ministerial level, Honorable Ministers, Excellency the Vice President of the ECOWAS Commission, heads of ECOWAS institutions, Honorable Commissioners, members of ECOWAS and national parliaments, Excellencies, members of the diplomatic and consular corps, Excellency Ambassador Baba Kamara, ECOWAS Special Envoy on Counterterrorism, members of the management team, the ECOWAS team, ECOWAS staff members, and members of the organizing committee of the host country, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed with great pleasure and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you at this 56th session of the Mediation and Security Council, which is being held here in Freetown, Sierra Leone. Allow me at the outset to convey profound gratitude for His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, the government and the people of Sierra Leone for their warm hospitality and for the excellent arrangement made for this important gathering. Sierra Leone's own journey from conflict to peace and from fragility to democratic resilience stands as a powerful testament to what can be achieved through dialogue, reconciliation, regional solidarity, and unwavering commitment to peace. It reminds us that even in the face of immense adversity, our region possesses the resilience and wisdom to transform challenges into opportunities. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we gather today at a defining moment for our community and indeed for the future of regional integration in West Africa. The world around us is changing rapidly. The international order is becoming increasingly fragmented and unpredictable. New geopolitical rivalries are reshaping global partnerships and alliances. Technological advances are creating unprecedented opportunities, while simultaneously generating new vulnerabilities. Climate change is intensifying competition over resources and contributing to displacement and instability. Economic shocks continue to affect livelihoods, particularly among young people and vulnerable communities. Against this backdrop, our region continues to confront multiple and interlocking challenges. Terrorism and violent extremism continue to threaten peace and stability in several parts of our region. Organized criminal networks have expanded their operations, exploiting porous borders and fragile communities. maritime insecurity, illicit trafficking, cyber threat, and the spread of misinformation and disinformation have become significant threats to social cohesion and state resilience. Equally concerning are governance deficits, declining trust in public institutions, political polarization, and the shrinking of civic space, all of which continue to strain the social contract between states and citizens. The humanitarian consequences of these challenges are immense. Millions of our citizens remain displaced by conflict and insecurity. Communities continue to struggle with food insecurity, unemployment, and the adverse effect of climate change. Women, children, and young people bear the heaviest burden of these crises. Despite these challenges, Excellencies, I am proud to state that our region remained resilient. Across West Africa, we continue to witness inspiring examples of democratic consolidation, peaceful political transitions, and national efforts towards dialogue, reconciliation, and institutional reform. These examples remind us that the values upon which our community was founded remain alive and continue to inspire our collective actions. Excellencies, the task before us is therefore clear. We must strengthen our collective capacity to participate, prevent, and respond to emerging threats. We must invest more in preventive diplomacy, mediation, and peace building. We must reinforce our institutions and ensure that our peace and security architecture is adequately equipped to address contemporary challenges. It is in this context that our discussion on the political situation in the region assumes particular importance. A stable political environment remains the cornerstone of sustainable peace, economic development, and regional integration. The quest for peace and stability is a progressive and continuous milestone that our administration continues to work on. Today, Excellencies, we shall also deliberate on the security situation in the region and the activation of the ECOWAS standby force in its kinetic mode. Excellencies, the activation of the ECOWAS standby force in its kinetic mode should be understood not merely as a military initiative, but as a demonstration of our collective resolve to fight terrorism, safeguard constitutional order, protect our population, and preserve peace and stability in our region. The challenge of activating the 1,650 Brigade Counterterrorism Force remains that of funding. The Commission is intensifying efforts and engaging member states to mobilize outstanding community-level areas to fund the initial takeoff of the counterterrorism force. However, predictable and sustainable financing remains fundamental to our ability to effectively fund the counterterrorism force in the medium and long term. Excellencies, the humanitarian situation in our region also demands urgent and sustained attention. The growing number of displaced persons, refugees, and vulnerable populations call for stronger cooperation among member states and closer coordination between humanitarian, development, and peace actors. We shall equally consider the review of modalities for financing ECOWAS electoral observation missions. Democratic governance remains one of the fundamental pillars of regional integration. Our electoral observation missions have played a critical role in promoting confidence, supporting democratic institutions, and preventing electoral disputes across our region. Ensuring their sustainability and effectiveness must therefore remain a priority. At this critical juncture, Excellencies, our community must reaffirm the principles that have guided us for the past 5 decades. Solidarity, dialogue, democracy, constitutional governance, and the peaceful resolution of disputes. The challenges we face today may be complex, but they are not insurmountable. The history of ECOWAS is, in many respects, the history of overcoming adversity through collective action. Time and again, our community has demonstrated its capacity to adapt, innovate, and respond to emerging challenges. The present moment, therefore, calls upon us to once again summon that spirit of unity and purpose. The future of West Africa will not be determined by the crisis we face today, but by the choices we make in responding to them. We must choose cooperation over division, dialogue over confrontation, and solidarity over isolation. We owe this responsibility not only to ourselves, but also to the millions of West Africans who look up to ECOWAS as a beacon of hope and a guarantor of regional peace and stability. As this will be the last MSC ministerial meeting I have the honor of facilitating in my capacity as the President of the ECOWAS Commission, allow me to extend my deepest appreciation for the journey we have shared over the past 4 years. Together, and with the support of the commissioners and other heads of institution and the entire staff of ECOWAS institutions, we have navigated one of the most complex periods in our organization's history. I remain profoundly grateful for the opportunity to serve. The support I received from you has been inestimable. Collectively, we managed and mediated numerous political crises, navigated complex democratic transitions, and fostered regional cooperation. The historic special summit on the future of regional integration in West Africa will be held alongside the authorities meeting on the 19th July 2026 here in Sierra Leone. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we act with collective sense of unity and purpose. The expected compact of the future will be adopted by the authority, embodies the shared aspiration of the people, institutions, and governments of our region. As I take my bow, I do so with gratitude for the trust and collaboration that made these milestones possible. I appeal to you to extend the same unwavering support to the incoming President of the Commission, the management, and the staff, so that the progress we have made may be consolidated and carried forward. Finally, Excellency, I once again thank the government and the people of Sierra Leone, especially His Excellency, the Chair of Council and the Chair of Authority, for the leadership and the support they have given to all of us and for the facilities they have placed at our disposal. And Excellency, one last word. When we came, we inherited 3 transitions. Unfortunately, we could not avoid the political quarrel that has led to the withdrawal of 3 of our members. But Excellency, when we came, 400 million West Africans were enjoying the fruits of regional integration. They were enjoying trade among themselves. They were enjoying freedom of movement. As we leave, same 400 million people continue to enjoy the gains of our regional integration. That is intentional. I thank you.
À l'instant, c'était le président de la commission de la CEDEAO, son Excellence Dr. Omar Ali Touré. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we shall now proceed to the official opening statement. May I respectfully invite His Excellency 𝗪𝗓𝗂𝗧𝗩, Chair of the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council and Minister for Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation for the Republic of Sierra Leone, to deliver the opening address. To your applause, please.
Your Excellency, Dr. Omar Ali Touré, President of the ECOWAS Commission, colleague ministers and heads of delegation, members of the Mediation and Security Council, Your Excellencies, ambassadors and permanent representatives, distinguished commissioners, representatives of ECOWAS institutions, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of His Excellency, Dr. 𝗪𝗂𝗪𝗶𝘀𝗶, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone,
𝗙𝗰𝗶𝘀𝗀 TV, the voice of the voiceless.